today's video, we are going to discuss some pace of play tips and a couple ways to get around the golf course a little bit faster so we can maintain a quick and easy pace of play for the 9-hole group. Once we get on the green, I'm also going to explain the blue tape and how that gimme putt or conceded putt works. Today I'm out here on the first hole of Sunset. We're going to play this hole together, and as we go along, I'll give you some tips on how we can play a little bit faster. We're out here on the first tee. I want the group parked next to the tee box, so both carts will be here. Let's get all 4 players onto the tee box. That's important. Let's not leave anybody in the golf carts. Go ahead and grab your drivers, get your gloves on, make sure you have your ball and tee. And the other 3 players can actually be on the teeing ground, but just make sure that you are quiet and still while the other player is playing. Let's be respectful for the player that is hitting their tee shot. But again, we can be on the tee box. I don't want anybody in the golf carts. Once we're down the stroke, let's go ahead and get out of the carts onto the teeing ground, and we can be ready to hit their tee shot. That way we're not waiting around. I'm going to be the first player here, so let's go ahead and put one in the ground and we'll get one going. Again, like in Brad and I's original video as well, 1 or 2 practice swings and let's go. We don't need to think about it too much. All right, should be able to find that one. Now once I've teed up, pick up the tee, move to the side of the tee box and let the other players play. Let's go down there and see where that one's at. All righty, so we got one down here in the fairway. This is very, very important. The first thing we need to do right when we get to the golf ball is shoot the yardage. Now, since we play a scramble format, everyone else should have grabbed their golf balls, but whoever golf ball we're playing or the first cart that arrives, go ahead and shoot the yardage for the group. Got my rangefinder that should have a magnet on it we can put right there. I've got 116 yards to the hole. Now, as the other cart for our group will pull up, the other 2 players, let them know. Ladies, we have 116 yards to the hole. There's no reason that all 4 players should have to shoot the yardage. Communicate. Remember, you're playing as a team. Help each other out. Tell your teammate, or if they didn't hear it, you may have to repeat the yardage a couple times, which is fine, but let them know as they pull up. Ladies, we've got 116 yards to the hole. This is the drive we're using. Let's go ahead and hit our shots up there. Now, as you've done that, right, we are playing in a scramble with 4 players. Go ahead, put your glove on, have your golf ball in your pocket, have your club in hand, and be ready to go. Again, the same thing like the tee box. I don't want all 4 players in the golf cart. That is a no-no for sure. Let's be out of the golf carts, gloves on, with the clubs. We can be standing around in a decent distance, either to the left or to the right of the player. Don't be standing next to them, obviously. Just be still, be quiet, and let them play. But let's be ready to hit the shot once this golf ball gets airborne. I don't want you in the golf carts on your phones. Story time is fine, but let's keep that between holes or if you're waiting. Once we're pulled up to this golf ball, we need to be ready to hit the shot. Again, 116 yards. Remind your players a couple times. Have your golf clubs ready, and let's get going. You've all played enough golf now. You know what clubs to hit from here. Same strategy. We don't need too many practice swings. Get your one in, address the ball, hit the shot, and let's get going. A big, big key factor. If you do make a divot, which you've come to any of our clinics, I'd love to see them, grab the sand on the carts, fill that divot, smooth it over, put it back in the cart. Now, when your shot is done, you are no longer waiting. Let's go ahead and get back in the golf cart. That is a perfect time to where you can maybe talk to your cart partner, share a story, whichever it is. Remember, be quiet and respectful for your other players. But once you're done, go ahead and hop in the golf cart. That way, when that 4th golf ball takes off, let's go. There's no more waiting. Let's keep it up. Let's go up to the green, see where we're at. All right, team, good work. So we got one here on the green. Looks like we've got a chance for birdie. Whoever the first one is to get up there, let's go ahead and place our ball marker somewhere next to the ball, no closer to the hole. That way the team knows where to putt from. And always remember to fix the ball marks or the divots that your ball may have made. Or if you see an extra ball mark that's not even yours, the right thing to do is go ahead and fix it and make that nice and smooth for the next player. Now, since you have 4 players on the team, we can do a kind of a team read on this, right? If we want to stand to the sides, if another player want to be on the other side of the hole, if 3 players want to stand behind the putter and watch the read from that side, you certainly can. But again, make this a team effort. Make this a quick read so we're not spending all day up here, or it's not just one person doing the work. Let's get a consensus on where the read needs to be, and we can go ahead and hit the putt. Remember the rule change a couple years ago. It is completely fine if you leave the flag in. It doesn't really matter. Some players like to leave it in. Some players like to take the pin out. For pace of play purposes, I would say just leave it in. That will probably be fine. Now, once the group has come to the consensus on the read, let's go ahead and leave the ball marker on the ground. You can put your ball next to it, no closer to the hole, and let's go ahead and roll the putt up. Obviously, we want to try and make them, but for the purpose of this video, so I can explain the tape on the flag, well, almost made it anyway. The greens are a little bit quicker today. But let's just say that this ball doesn't go in. Let's say that I leave it about 3 feet short here. I have placed some tape on the flag here. You can see this tan tape on there. And what we can do to measure this out. So this was my birdie putt. That was the 3rd stroke. You can take this flag stick out, lay it next to the hole. Do not measure from inside the hole. Take it outside of the cup. Lay the flag down, and it just so happens that this golf ball is right there on the tape, and you can see that. So if it is outside the tape, I will need the team to putt this. If the golf ball is inside the tape, this putt is good. Now that does not mean that we count that stroke. That's not our 3rd. It just means that the team does not have to stand here and putt this putt 4 times. This putt is good. We can pick this golf ball up. That means our team makes a 4. We can put the flag stick in and move on. Now the order of operations would obviously be, we want all 4 players to try and make this first putt. That's what we want. Go ahead and try and make those, but if we don't, let's mark our closest ball, take the flag stick out. Remember to measure from outside of the cup, and if it's inside this tape, this next putt is good. There's no reason to mark it. There's no reason to putt it. We're gonna go ahead and pick it up. If you wanna putt these or you wanna make these, make your tee time during the week with your friends, your husband, whoever, and make those putts. These are not the days to finish out the 2-footers. Go ahead and scoop this ball up. That putt is good, but remember, when that ball is inside that tape line, it does count as a stroke. So if you don't make our birdie putt and it is inside the tape, that is a 4. Congratulations, that's a par. Pick it up and move on. Hope these tips help everybody. Remember, we want to play in about 2 hours, 2 hours and 5 minutes. Following these tips, you'll be good to go. Thanks, ladies.